Hello there, this is DVT, and this Art of Runes. And alright, let's continue playing some more Asphalt 8, and today we're gonna be driving this thing, the Zenvo TSR-S in multiplayer. Now, first of all, I already made a pro test of this video, testing this car at the pro rank like 6 months ago or something like that. So I suppose this is kind of like a pro test version too, I don't know. In reality, all I want to do is play some multiplayer because of course the treasure rushes is happening, and of course I'm grinding to get some dices, and I haven't gotten my dices for today. And well, I'm in the league to play with Class B, so everything is in place, and you know that right now there is a, what's it called? Racing pass in which you can acquire this car if you're willing to pay the $10. We're gonna talk about it, but yeah, let me jump into multiplayer, activate some boosters, and start some races because, oh boy, I really want to test it out again. And yes, I committed. I said that I was going to be showing the stats of the car before I jumped into the races, so there we go. Zenvo TSR-S, here's all the stats. I have it at Pro at the rank of 1682. So, as usual, I'll show you my race counter so that you can see that all of the races are going to be sequential, and let's start this up. Now, I'm recording this, well, some days into this season already. I haven't been playing a ton, but you know, I've been playing a little bit, just my 6 races daily just to get my dices. And right now I expect to encounter still some pretty tough opposition in here. Normally towards the end of the season is when you're gonna start finding some people that may not be driving the best cars, or people that are just memeing around or whatever. But when it's early enough in the season, you tend to encounter a lot of people that are actually gonna be trying to rank up relatively quickly, so yeah, the competition can get a little bit tough. I haven't found another 3 opponents for this race, but hey, I expect that's gonna be the case. Unfortunately, this bracket is not as popular as it once was. I don't know if I like that or not, but oh well, maybe there's already a ton of people already in Elite and I'm one of the ones that is lagging behind. Who knows? But anyway, the Zenvo TSR-S, like I said, it's part of the racing pass, the current racing pass. And let me tell you that honestly, I don't like this racing pass very much. I mean, let's talk about that. All right, first place, Barbara. Well, that's surprising. The first race and got a first place. Maybe this car is absolutely amazing. What was I racing against? We had an Aventador NSX and a Cayman GT4. Wow, these are actually strong cars, but I guess I just got a decent result because I started at the very front. I don't know. Oh man, big respect to this brave soul that I saw it's gonna be driving a Sesto Elemento, the last Lambo in this game that has yet to be rebalanced. Waiting for the moment that it'll happen, but oh well. So, the racing pass. The previous racing pass that we got was actually pretty good because for the price of, well, you know, the usual $10, and as usual, always my disclaimer, I'm not trying to convince anybody to spend money in the game, I'm just saying what it is that the game, oh, I knocked him down, I'm sorry, but I wasn't even trying to, I thought it was gonna knock me down, but anyway, Jesus Christ, the previous racing pass was pretty alright because it actually had a Class S car in there, the Maserati MC12. Now, granted, not MC12, MC20. Maybe not the best car out there in the game or anything, it's not like it was a king, but, you know, it's a Class S car. Now, this particular racing pass, as I explained in the previous video when I was talking about it, it has, the main car featured is this, the Zenvo TSR-S, which, again, is not a bad car, it's a pretty decent car overall, and man, does it look amazing, and it sounds pretty good, listen to that. Oh yeah, that's a rare rooming sound for this type of brackets, but anyway, so it's not that it's a bad car or anything, but it's a Class B car. And then the other car featured in the racing pass is the Zonda R, which is a car that you normally can get for credit. So I don't know, it's not very convincing, is it? Alright, so I got defeated by the hyper spam car that's driving me nuts because I hate seeing it so often, the Bentley Continental whatever. I did beat the Sesto Elemento and an Aventador. Look at that, the Sesto Elemento actually did good, but I guess it's because I knocked down the Aventador. Sorry buddy, I wasn't even trying to. And because this is taking a while for the lobby to fill up, might as well talk while we're over here, because otherwise I'm going to be waiting here for I don't know how long and I'm going to lose my train of thought. But what I wanted to say is that perhaps in a way the racing pass can be focused as a different version of a car hunt. Where a car hunt, well, nowadays there's in theory ways to get the car for free. I still need to make a comment about that. But before, the car hunts were just premium, right? So you could only get the car if you pay the premium, and it was $10. So this is similar, $10 and you get the car for going premium, along with a bunch of parts to upgrade this and some of the cars and whatnot. Whether or not you think that's worth the $10, that's completely up to you. But what I'm trying to get is that, well, it's just the general price that the game has set for getting a new car. But like I said, the previous racing pass with the Maserati was, honestly, it seemed like a better offer. And in here again, the car in tier or page 8 or whatever, the highest one, you know, what in theory should be the best car, being the Zonda R, which in and of itself is not a great car to begin with, and then it's a credit car, probably that's why it's not an amazing car. It just, I don't know, it's a little bit weird. I really wish that Game Love was to put a bit more effort into offering stuff that it's, generally speaking, rare or more convenient. Like I've always said, it's a well-known saying that you attract more flies with honey than with vinegar, right? I've said it a bunch of times throughout my videos, and honestly what they're offering right now is not that it's straight up terrible, but it's nowhere near as appealing as some other have been. So I don't know, Game Love, just maybe add a third car, something that is rare, something that normally people would only get for tokens, things like that, so that people are more interested in spending some money on the thing. It's kind of a same situation or a similar situation with what has been happening with the car hunt, that once we got the car hunt for the... What was the first one that we got that was good? Oh, the one for the Racer Tachyon, of course, that's where I got the discount. You could get the Class S car, the Racer Tachyon, you could get a 50% discount to upgrade it, and then on top of that, you could get the Renault, what is it called? I always forget the name of that thing. The Renault 3E R5, whatever. That Renault with a ginormous wing, which, you know, it was also a premium car, only that it had its car hunt at some point and whatnot. You know, there were several reasons for you to go for the car hunt, and that was good. But as more car hunts have been going on, the rewards or what you get in the car hunts has been diminished, and it just keeps getting worse and worse, unfortunately, even to the current car hunt, where it doesn't seem all that good a deal. But anyway, another first place by Barb, defeating an Aventador Coupe, the Porsche 718, M4 GTS, and a Challenge Evo. These three cars have always been known for being very strong. I don't know about the 488 Challenge Evo, but these three have been very strong in general. These two were the old kings, some of the old kings in this bracket. This is one of the, not a straight up king, but you know, really, really good. But anyway, let's keep going. Again, I don't know if I'm just getting lucky, probably with the starting up in pole position. That's probably why I'm winning. So yeah, overall, I think it's very clear that when Game Loft introduces something, they bring you a really good version of it, and eventually it keeps going downhill. Downhill? Uphill? Downhill? Whatever. It keeps going down in terms of what you can get. And I really wish that Game Loft was to change that, because like I said precisely on the car hunt for the Racer Tachyon, I went premium for that thing even though I already owned the car, because the rest of the things that they were offering were things that I was interested on, you know, getting the discount for the Racer, getting the Renault even though I already had the other cars, you know, getting a bunch of parts, all of that. So I don't know, I really think that if Game Love wants to get people to spend money, they really need to up the game in terms of what they're offering for money, so that, you know, people that have a crazy garage still have a reason to want to look into it. Oh, there's a discount. Oh, there's this. Ooh, maybe there's some direct upgrades. Imagine, Jesus Christ. Okay, that was my fault. I did that drift horrible, and I just lost. What could have been another W? But anyway, imagine if the racing pass. Okay, imagine the current racing pass with the Zenvo and the Zonda. Again, keeping in mind that the Zonda is a car that normally you would be able to get for credits. But then, in page 8 or whatever is the highest page, there were 10 direct upgrades for Class B, for the car, you know, for the main car that you're going to be upgrading. Then suddenly like, oh, wait a second, that actually seems like a really good deal, you know, I mean, you get the car and then you get 10 direct upgrades, which means upgrading the car 25% without spending any additional resources. I mean, that's what I'm saying, that Game Love needs to introduce some more things to make it appealing. Because the free-to-play players have very little reason, and really have no reason to care nowadays about the racing pass. Alright, I got defeated by pretty much everything, the Aventador, Ferrari, Stingray, and I did beat the Challenge Evo, so that's something. Yeah, I'm still sick. Well, okay, we're still stuck waiting here for more players. But yeah, overall, free-to-play players have very little reason, no reason really, to care about the racing pass, because they can get very, very little. At least back in the day when the racing passes were introduced. Technically they were seasons, but still, the seasons is actually a really good example, because remember, Racing Pass are the quote-unquote evolution. I would call it the devolution from seasons, when we got the Neon season, which was the best season ever, with a bunch of cars, fancy stuff, and all of that for the premium players. So you might be saying, so what about the free players? Well, the free players also had 100 slots, is it called? 100 storage slots for free if you managed to get to page 8, which wasn't too difficult. In the free lane, you could get 100 free storage slots, which is something that, you know, you cannot get for free other than watching ads and, well, whatever. But at least there was a reason for the free-to-play players to care about it. But like I said, things kept on devolving, and now we have the Racing Pass where the free-to-play players have no reason to care about it. But then, alright, so it is clear that the free-to-play players are not the target audience for the Racing Pass, because there's barely anything for them over there, right? Okay, so it's about the premium players. But here's what I'm saying. For the premium players, what is the incentive to go premium over here? Now, granted, if you're a massive Zenvo fan, you really like this car and whatnot, then you would go premium probably in the same way that I went premium on the car hunt. Oh, stop pushing me, you mother lover. The same way that I went premium during its car hunt to acquire it, because I wanted to get the car. But other than that, for people that are not super fans of this car, there's no reason to get the premium on the Racing Pass. Because again, at least when there were other interesting cars being, oh Jesus, he stole my Nitra. Well played, mister. When there are other cars featured in the Racing Pass, well, that's another reason to maybe want to go premium. But as it stands right now, for a credit card, really? No, it doesn't sound great. So anyway, I know I'm going in circles with this topic. It's just that it just seems like a weird decision that Gameloft is making in terms of how they're monetizing the game, or rather the things that they're offering for the premium players. But oh well, let's hope that for the sake of us, the crowd, the very relatable crowd of pay-to-win players, they do better. Notice the sarcasm, alright? I understand that I'm complaining about it. Oh my god, I'm paying money to the game and I'm not getting enough. I get it. And I know that a lot of you guys watching this video are free-to-play players and you're not gonna be able to relate to what I'm saying. But you know, I think it's a good thing to have the perspective from both sides, from either side, really. But alright, I got defeated. That went kind of bad. And Mr. Darius trying to knock me down. Thank you, buddy. Really, really clean player. Now, as I always try to say, I am very open to criticize the things that I don't like about the game, but I think it's worth talking about the things that are worth it. And as much as I was saying how the free-to-play crowd is not the objective, or not let's say the target audience for the Racing Pass, the car hunts now, it's a little bit of a different story, kind of. The car hunts, and again, I talked about this when it happened, and I'm going to continue talking about it because at the end of the day, it was a good thing that Gameloft did in making cars available for free again through the car hunts. It is a situation where for I don't know how many months we have only had gotten car hunts that were premium only. There was literally nothing for you to get, well, not literally nothing, but very little, nothing worth it. Nothing worthwhile in the car hunts for the free-to-play crowd. It was exclusively for the premium players so that you can get your car, and that is it. Pay your $10 and you get your car. And a lot of people, and for a very good reason, were irked about it, because before the car hunts were a thing like that, we had the festivals, which was basically the same thing. And in there, you could get the cars for free, so long as you grinded all the objectives that you needed to do. Then Gameloft completely removed that, and they went the full pay-to-win formula, where free-to-play players got nothing, and only pay-to-win players got something, right? So obviously that wasn't good. That was no fun. Alright, I got a second place, defeated by an Aventador, but I did beat a Bentley, so that makes me happy. Eat it, Bentley. I mean, well played. So again, once in the car hunts they went full pay to win, where free players could get nothing, well, it was a very bad news for a lot of people. A lot of people got upset about it, and very understandably so. Then, like I said, some weeks ago, Gameloft decided to change the formula, and now in car hunts you can get the car for free again. And that is honestly such a big thing, because again, people got a Racer Tachyon for free thanks to that. People got a, oh, I'm so sorry, buddy. People got a Renault Sport RS01, both Class S cars, for free through the car hunts, and that is absolutely amazing. And that is what I'm saying, that it's one thing that, as much as we are in a position to criticize, and we are very well in our rights to criticize the bad things that Gameloft does, I think it's really worth mentioning the good things that they do, because in that way we tell GameLoft like, hey, this thing you're doing, we hate it. Yeah, that message is clear and loud. It always has been. But then, if they do something that we consider that it's better, then we should make it clear, oh, we are actually enjoying this. Because then GameLoft can be like, okay, well, they do like this, alright, maybe we should do a little bit more of that. Maybe they will notice, they will correlate maybe an increase on players of 0.1%, but it related to maybe them making a certain car for free, or whatever, you know? So, that's why I said that is a thing that is worth talking about. What is my car doing? Alright, sure, yeah, sure. First place, bye-bye. Beating an Acura NSX, 2 Bentleys, I mean, and a BMW. Cool. Anyway, so, yeah, I think it makes sense for us to talk about that type of thing. But with that being said, I do want to talk about what just happened in the previous car hunt, which was for the Aston Martin Victor. Now, I didn't really participate in that car hunt because I already owned the car and there was nothing for me to get in the free lane really, so I didn't care to do the missions or anything. I'm like, whatever. So I didn't care for that. That's alright. But because of that, I didn't really get to experiment what was the progression in there, and I have gotten several reports that people were not able to unlock the Victor. Now, I don't know, because obviously, generally speaking, there's always a vocal minority that are going to talk about the problems as opposed to the rest of the people who didn't have a problem. So I don't know if there's just more people reporting that they couldn't unlock the car and that was just bad luck, or maybe you guys in general have experienced that this previous car hunt was much more difficult to get the car. I have no idea. So why don't you tell me in the comments if you were able to get to the Victor, whether you had the car or not. Did you manage to get to tier 15 without, you know, having to go into cops and whatnot, just in natural means? Because I hope that GameLoft didn't change the formula for the car hunt. I don't want them to make it very difficult to get the cars. I understand, like I said, I understand that they need to make it grindy so that people spend some time playing, because at the end of the day, GameLoft benefits from having people playing the game, right? But what I'm going... Jesus Christ. Where I'm going at is that I hope that they didn't change whatever it is that they changed. Maybe if you need, I don't know, I'm just gonna give you a random number, right? But imagine that you needed 1,500 coins to get to tier 15. Maybe they change it so that it's 1,600, and that makes it suddenly so much harder to get there if you don't get a lot of luck in your opening of the coin packs. So I don't know, why don't you tell me in the comments if you had a harder time in the previous car hunt to get to tier 15. Again, specifically if you didn't do coin cups, because if you did coin cups and all of that, then unfortunately that information is no good. I'm focusing this more in the free-to-play crowd. How easy was it for free-to-play crowd that did not have the car to get to the car for free? That is the real question that I have. And I don't know, maybe in the current car hunt I'm gonna do the same, not participate in any coin cups or whatever, and see if I can manage to get to tier 15 to experiment it by myself. Though I think I already missed a couple of the daily the free coin packs or whatever. I don't know, but I'll have to have a look at that. But anyway, look at that, another first place. Let's go, baby. So I know that this entire video was not so much about the car, but it was about what's happening around the car. If you want a general idea of what this car does, well, the link should be appearing soon on the screen so that you can watch the protest. I'll tell you, it's a good car. I don't know if it's a king or not, but it looks amazing. If you want to get a heart and a pin in this comment, you need to leave me the key phrase, which for today is going to be, I wish the wing moved. And I think that's the same key phrase that I used last time, but anyway. First person to post get the heart, the pin, you know how this works. For now, that's all. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, and stay safe. Bye-bye.